became a radio reporter because I wanted it to be a segue into TV, to be completely honest with you, and there are just more jobs for people our age in radio, especially commercial radio, AM or FM. Commercial radio in Sydney is the best in Australia because this is where the money is, this is where the listeners are. Commercial radio in Young or, you know, in Coonabarabran is different, but at the same time it's still driven by the commercial dollar from the area around. So the more successful the station, the more money will be pumped in because more advertisers want to be a part of it. The better people are hired, the more staff are hired, the better resourced you are, the better quality the output is. At the same time, you know, 40% of on air every hour is ads, which people don't love, but needs to be there. There are live reads, there are different ways that they're incorporated in, sometimes subtly, sometimes not. In terms of the actual broadcast side of things, radio is unmatched in terms of its, as cliche as it sounds, immediacy, in terms of its ability to garner emotion and feedback straight away. I mean, you look at how difficult it is to get something on television. You can't put anything on air without big dollars, big resources, and generally big time. In radio, if you're standing outside and the Harbour Bridge falls down, a phone call away and you're on air covering with the same amount of immediacy and emotion as it would take television as long as a day to do. Radio's at its strongest because it is so versatile with where it can be. You have it in the car. You can't have Twitter playing in the car. You can't have TV playing in the car. You can't have a newspaper playing in the car. It struggles because it loses the title of being the most immediate form of communication. Commercial radio works really well. Radio works really well because anything that happens on air can be placed online. Anything that happens online can quickly be turned around on air. So when it comes to podcasts, radio is built for it. And so many radio shows now rely on a podcast to take their show internationally, sell their show internationally. From a news point of view, hugely social media makes it, social media makes being in news a lot easier. Stories, and it's not even now a fad thing. It's not you're on Twitter or you're not on Twitter. It's simply from a commercial radio news sense, on-air sense, you need to be on Twitter to know what's happening because the people that matter are using it to say things that the world cares about. We use it in reverse to announce things that are happening on air at the time, use it for sneaky giveaways, you use it to promote things, you use it to plug things that are coming up or that have been on, or to alert people that they should be listening. That's sport. I'm Matt De Groot.